Who would have thought the Yanks, kings of American football and deep-fried everything, would host an actual World Cup? In 1994, no less. Back then, they thought a hat-trick was a magician's joke. But somehow, they pulled it off. And it wasn't half bad, well, sort of. FIFA chose the US to host the World Cup. Why? Because they had cash, massive stadiums, and promised to stick football in every cereal box. They told them, host this, and then start your own league. And voila, the MLS was born. But that's a whole other saga, mostly full of draws. The mascot was called Striker, a dog wearing red, white, and blue. A literal football mutt. Never said a word, but you could see in his eyes he was done with sticky-fingered kids smothering him in melted ice cream. This stadium, the very one where the final was played, fits more people than some small towns. Over 94,000 screaming souls. Though most had no clue what offside meant. USA landed in Group A with Romania, Switzerland, and Colombia. Not quite the group of death, more like the group of numerical confusion. We won once, drew once, and, surprise! We made it through as third place. Honestly, even we didn't know how. Against Switzerland, Ronaldo scored an absolute belter from a free kick. The bloke on the grill nearly cried into his sausages. It ended in a glorious draw. We were this close to invading Switzerland out of sheer joy. We beat Colombia 2-1, they were one of the favorites. But Andres Escobar's own goal changed everything. Days later, he was shot in Medellin. Football has magic, yes, but it also has shadows darker than a referee's heart. Romania beat us 1-0 in full 80s glory, long hair, neon kits, and legs like jet engines. We looked like a college team playing against synth-pop rock stars. We made it to the round of 16. Barely, as third place, but still. USA in the top 16. We celebrated like we'd just won the Cold War, again. We played Brazil on Independence Day. They had samba, we had Budweiser. Lost 1-0 to Babito. But we held on with dignity. It was like dancing with death, and only stepping on its toes a little. Babito did us in at the 72nd minute. I saw it coming. Like watching your ice cream fall in slow motion. We were this close to greatness. But stayed in the realm of almost. Alexi Lalas, the most hipster defender in football. Looked like he moonlighted in a folk band. But on the pitch? An immovable wall. Harder than overcooked steak with no sauce. Kobe Jones ran like someone had nicked his wallet. His afro was a flag in itself. One of the first to prove that American players could actually have flair. Tab Ramos took a brutal elbow from Leonardo, fractured his skull. Yes, his skull. Leonardo got sent off. We were shaken. It was football, but felt more like an illegal fight club. The crowds came in droves. Record attendance. But many had no idea why goals were disallowed. They clapped throw-ins. Pure, beautiful ignorance. The fever was real. Balls on sale, shirts in cereal boxes, posters in the freezer aisle. I never seen so much football in a country so allergic to it. Commentators gave it their best shot. Some confused corner with home run. But their enthusiasm matched their ignorance. And that, my friends, is what telly's all about. That World Cup changed everything. Planted the seed. Now we've got packed stadiums, players in Europe, and kids dreaming of goals instead of touchdowns. On that 4th of July, we didn't beat Brazil. But we beat indifference. That day, something was born. Football stopped being that weird foreign thing and joined the menu. Maybe we didn't win. Maybe we barely understood the rules. But we hosted a World Cup with heart. And in America, that's almost as rare as someone refusing a second burger.